Welcome back to Melody Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on learning how to read and play melodies in standard music notation. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Melody Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in, plus you can support a music teacher. So I'll leave a link in the description. We're on page 56. Our new melody is Kitty of Coleraine. We have plenty of low Gs and dotted quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Ready, play. On page 56, we have number 110, Kitty of Coleraine. This is in 3/4 time, and we have a pickup measure, and it's marked moderato, which doesn't give you a specific tempo marking. The play-through was quarter equals 100, but you can choose whatever tempo you want as long as it's kind of moderate, moderato. We start off on our new note, the low G, and then we go right to a C. Those notes are same fret, different strings, so if you like, you can just collapse your finger to play that C, or you can lift your finger. In measure 2, notice above that measure, I have written a little bracket with the word C chord. That's just highlighting that those 3 notes are actually part of a C chord. Now, you don't necessarily have to press down a C chord when you play this, but if you know that your fingers are generally going toward that C chord shape, that may help you with that measure. If you have a melody with a lot of skips, it's not a bad idea to check and see what chord is being played, because a lot of times the melody will be outlining part of that chord. In measure 3, we have a dotted quarter note, 1, 2, and 3, and. Again, 1, 2, and 3, and. Make sure you play upwards on the and of 2. Down, 2, up, down, up. Then some low Gs again. Going to a C, again you can collapse. And beginning of the second line, again I'm pointing out that you can outline the C chord there. Don't have to press your fingers down for this all at once for the C chord, but that's the shape you're forming. And then second measure of line 2, all you're doing there, a lot of eighth notes, but all you're doing is you're playing just part of a scale. And then to a C. So it's very helpful to watch for skips and steps in your music. That's especially the first time through. That's going to help you with your reading. After that half note C, in the third measure of the second line, we have some low Gs again, and then to a C. This is kind of like the beginning. Matter of fact, beginning of line 3, we have the same rhythm that we did in the first line. 1, 2, and 3, and then we are outlining a C chord here in the third measure of the third line. 1, 2, and 3. So you can either place all your fingers down at once for the C chord and just make sure you're hitting the correct strings, or just know that you're hitting that general shape, but also notice that rhythm. We have a dotted quarter note there, followed by an eighth note, so that's 1, 2, and 3. And if you like, you're moving the same direction string-wise, so instead of playing down, down, up, down, you can just play down, 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 make it a little sweep. Next measure, you could also do a little sweep, because you're playing on 3 different strings, moving in the same direction. And then we go to low G, and we have a dotted rhythm here. 1, 2, and 3, 1, and that's just a little part of a scale. And then line 4, I've written lots of brackets with lots of chords. Very helpful here because we're skipping around quite a bit. Very helpful to understand what chord is being played, and then you're going to be outlining some of those chords. For example, at the beginning of line 4, we're outlining part of a C chord, and if you like, you can pick up, up, up. And then, even though it says G7 in the second measure of the fourth line, you can think of this as part of just a G chord because we're not using our first finger on the F that you would play in a G7 chord. So just outline a little G chord there. And again, you could pick up, up, up if you like. Second measure of the fourth line, same as the first measure. You could pick up, up, up on a C chord. And then the last two measures of line 4, again, even though it says G7, you can just picture a G chord that you're outlining here. And again, you can pick up, 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 making sure you're hitting the third string when you get to that last measure. Up, up, up. And then in beginning of line 5, we have a low A, C, E, and then a B, and a low G. And then from here, it's quite a bit like the beginning. G, C, C, outlining a C chord. And here's our dotted rhythm again with the eighth notes in the beginning of line 6. 1, 2, and 3, and. And one more time, we're outlining part of a C chord, and you can pick up, up, up if you like. Excuse me, down, down, down if you like. And then same here, you can pick down, down, down. Notice we have a fermata over that A, so hold that as long as you want. And we have a retard in that measure as well, so you're going to slow down. You probably heard that in the playthrough. And then we have G, A, B, C at the end with an odd tempo. So just for those last two measures, we're back to our original tempo. And notice those staccato markings. Those are going to be a little separated. Your assignment is to practice Kitty of Coleraine. As always, work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. And don't forget to order Melody Guitar Book 2. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Melody Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in. So I'll leave a link in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 57. We have some new markings, DCs, fines, and codas.